Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome in to another Lunch with a Realtor. I'm Anthony Armstrong here. And today, I want to put some money back in your pocket and help you find a way to navigate higher interest rates by utilizing rate buy downs. Now, whenever you go and you're looking at homes, a lot of times I have my buyers, my clients, they say, I want to get the price a little bit lower. Well, in this market, there's a lot of people that are on the sideline because of higher interest rates. And well, this rate buy down play is going to help you get into the game and actually make homeownership something that you can attain this year. So what happens is instead of you going up to a property and going up to a homeowner and saying, hey, I want to have $10,000, $15,000 removed off the price to make it a little bit lower, you utilize those funds to go towards a rate buy down. Now it's the same thing for a seller. All right. It's the same thing for a seller. They are going to still have to pay that amount out, and whatever it is, 5, 10, 15,000, whatever number you end up coming up with and negotiating, you're going to utilize that to buy down the points and buy down the rate that you have on your loan. So if you think about it, the rate buy down, if you're having 6.5%, 7%, whatever the interest rate is for you, your lender is going to offer you the ability to buy down that rate. So you use something like a 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year, which essentially, if you flip it, a 3-2-1 rate buy down is a 3 year buy down. For year one, it's going to be 3 points lower. For year two, it's 2 points lower. For year three, it would be 1 point lower. So if you imagine 3.5% for year one, 4.5% for year two, 5.5% for year three, and then by year four, you'd be back at the market rate, that par rate as you close on the home at the 6.5%. Now you're wondering, Anthony, why don't you just use that amount to take off the price? Because, hey, I want to get it for cheaper. Well, the payment, if you take away $1,000, every $1,000 you remove, it really only affects the payment by about $5-10. And it's a little range in there, but it doesn't affect it as much as it will if you go with a buy down option. So if you imagine a $500,000 house and you have a buy down from a 6.5 to a 5.5%, you're gonna save about 200 some odd bucks, right? And then that number multiplies as you go up. It gets larger as you go up. And the even better thing, the cooler thing is that, let's say, down the line, when the interest rates drop down into something that's more favorable that you want to refinance into, you will then keep those funds, those same funds that were left over. So you have that $15,000 or $10,000, whatever it is, and then the year in, you say, I want to lock in a lower interest rate right now. The rest of those funds that's held in the escrow account get refunded to you, or they actually can get applied to the principal, and they can recast that loan and work things from there. So the money's not lost. It just gets to be set aside, and it's going to be saved to buy down that rate each month. So it's a play to go out, to be able to go out there and navigate this market and combat those higher interest rates, because it doesn't have to be something that keeps you on the sideline. You just have to make sure you have a game plan to get into it. Now, the biggest question is like, well, how do I get into these things? Well, I mean, first and foremost, you got to make sure you go and start by talking to a lender. Go and see if you're approved right now. Because if you're approved with the interest rate and with the current interest rate and whatever that payment would be, then that rate buy down does nothing but sweeten that deal for you. So you can utilize those funds, you can save those funds, put them in a savings account, gain some interest on those in the meantime. So there's different ways to play it. It can make home buyer, being a homeowner, and make home buying something that's much more palatable and something that you'd be able to navigate. So, have any questions about that, please let me know. Hit the link, schedule yourself a consultation. We'd love to help you navigate this real estate market to get in the game. I'm Anthony Armstrong. Thanks for hanging out. Lunch with a Realtor.